Hello, my name is Kane Munro. We are out of lockdown in Melbourne, and today I'm talking about business and life advice in song lyrics. So just what are today's lyrics? Now, firstly, a disclosure, I have never ever been good in meetings. I usually find that most meetings, not all meetings, most meetings don't achieve anything near what they should, and are often just an excuse for people to pontificate and justify their own organisational existence. Now, I've been in so many weekly update meetings at accounting firms that towards the end of my time at my last one, I was almost in a vegetative state. Sure, I was awake, but I was not showing any real signs of awareness or even life. Now, every now and again, I would chime in with a comment. What I contributed, I would prefer to call irreverent, but in hindsight, it was probably simply sarcastic or even simply irrelevant. I recognise that each meeting, though, was not only lost time just being in the meeting, but it also created poor quality of time around those meetings. This was compounded by the fact that a large percentage of my days were booked solid with meetings, back-to-back meetings, just as it is for a lot of people still. Client meetings, internal meetings, exec meetings, board meetings, brainstorming meetings, meetings for this, meetings for that, and that's just at work. Having a busy schedule full of meetings usually means you have a bunch of 15 to 30 minute gaps between meetings as well. It's these gaps, these are all thin slices of time. Unfortunately, these thin slices of time are easily frittered away by shoveling some food into our faces between meetings, scanning our emails and deleting into responding to what we can in the time that allows, smashing a coffee, complaining to somebody about how busy you are, smashing another coffee, or sometimes a combination of all of the above. The problem is that if you have 3 or 4 of these thin slices of time between meetings, you might have racked up almost 2 hours of poorly used time. And when you have around 8 hours in a standard workday, and you've got 2 of those hours in this sort of underutilized state, or I'd argue non-utilized state, this time represents some serious productivity squandered. This is productivity that could give you the breathing space you need so you're less busy. Now, an approach that I used to use to help me in using these otherwise lost slices of time was to take a look at my expected calendar at the start of each day to identify how many meetings and what duration these thin slices of time were likely to be. This was step 1. Then what I would do, I'd write down a list of small things that I needed or wanted to get accomplished, to get done, and an approximate time frame each of these small tasks should take. Now, this can really be any task that will fit inside a 15 to 30 minute time frame, and this was step 2. Then I'd simply prioritize my step 2 items and assign each to a gap that I'd identified in step 1. And then I was well on my way to unlocking the power of my thinly sliced time. And you can do this too. So write down your thinly sliced schedule and stick to it. I should note that I used to look at my whole calendar at the start of each day, normal and thin sliced time, which I'd make up, to plan what I needed to get done and what I wanted to get done each day. You can really do this. Now, I've actually managed to carve out pretty much all the meetings that I do not want to do anymore. So I only take meetings that I still want to do. But I still also use this thinly slicing principle on some days when I have lots and lots of meetings. It really helps me get more stuff done. That's all for today's business and life advice in song lyrics. I'll be back next week with another. So until then, stay safe, stay well, and you make sure you maximize your thin slices of time, because time is the most important resource we all have.